Okay, so it's election day. So make sure that you go out and you vote. And also make sure that your voice is heard in your local elections, because they're just as, if not more, important than our federal elections. Now, that of course being said, it's no surprise that the GOP is shooting itself in the foot heading into today. Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Yesterday, thanks to you, a big day in new subscribers. So please, again, hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share, because this stupidity has to come to an end. Now, look, as we know, this weekend, SNAP benefits ran out, but a judge ordered that the Trump administration must provide some form of funding. And again, that being said, MAGA is still being unhinged on this topic. Caitlin Collins, and this really infuriated me when I saw it. Caitlin Collins asked Congressmember Markwayne Mullin what he has to say to the SNAP recipients in his state. His response was infuriating. Play the clip.
But think about these people who get the SNAP benefits. Right. If they're only paying out half of it, it disrupts how it gets paid out, because they're not getting all of it. Right. They may not even get it on time. I mean, what do you say to the 240,000 people in Oklahoma who rely on SNAP benefits?
Well, I would
Should
say
they not
the Democrats,
find a way to pay all of it?
It's an easy way to pay all of it, Caitlin. Open the government back up. We're not asking the Democrats to do anything they haven't done before. Vote for the same CR they voted for 4 other times. That's simple. Why they're trying to put the blame on the President of the United States by saying that he should fund it? We are the funders of the government. We control the purse strings. Congress does, not the executive branch, the legislative branch. The best way to make sure those programs are funded is that we open the government back up.
Okay,
we're going to vote tomorrow for the...
Okay, so then open the government back up. Instead, I've never heard double talk like the way Markwayne Mullin. It's Democrats' fault. They can't blame the president on it, but we hold the purse string. And since we hold the purse string, that we can open it up, but we'll only open up if they sign our clean CR. This is the same nonsense that has been talked about day in and day out now for over a month, making this the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. Now, MAGA Mike Johnson, he claimed that Trump has tried. Poor guy. He's tried to negotiate with the Democrats, but it isn't working. Play the clip.
What you need is Democrat votes. Would it be helpful in that cause to bring in President Trump? President Trump has been a great whip, often obviously on his own side within the Republican caucus. Would you love to see President Trump involved in trying to whip some votes from Democrats?
Well, he was involved. Remember, before this all began, the 4 leaders went over to the White House. We sat across from him at the Resolute desk. Hakeem Jeffries was there, Chuck Schumer, myself, and Leader Thune in the Senate. And the president had a great dialogue. He said, give me your proposals, guys. Well, remember, they had just filed a $1.5 trillion demand for new spending, including giving $200 billion to illegal aliens to fund their health care again, to prop up NPR and PBS, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. They wanted to send billions of dollars back overseas to these crazy social programs in other countries. And the president said, well, obviously that's a non-starter. Talk to me about something that's real and reasonable. And they just stuck their thumb in his eye. So the president tried. He is the great deal maker, the art of the deal. He can negotiate the end of wars around the world. But he does not have enough with these guys to overcome their fear of the Marxist in the Democrat Party. There is a massive turn to the left of that party, and that's what's motivating them.
Okay, it is beyond insane how they just need to constantly flatulate this guy. In my whole life, I've never seen anything more ridiculous. They had one meeting. Imagine the 42 million people. Oh, well, it didn't happen in the first meeting. By the way, cracks. As I write in my Substack of today, Trump's shutdown is starving his own GOP. Cracks are beginning to show. There is a bipartisan group. They're doing what this MAGA Mike moron should be doing. They're doing what the president should be doing. They created as a bipartisan group of lawmakers. Yeah, actual Republicans who just released a statement of principles aimed at finding a way to extend Obamacare subsidies amid this shutdown. Here's the 2 Republicans, Don Bacon and Jeff Hurd. Both Republicans joined Democrats Tom Suozzi and Josh Gottheimer in calling for collaboration to reopen the government and address the crisis. Their message to the American people was simple. Their message to members of Congress, to the president, is simple. Americans, because of them, are losing faith that Washington can function. Now, MAGA Mike Johnson also claimed the GOP is working every single day to reopen the government. Let me be clear. The House hasn't voted on anything, not a goddamn thing, since September. Play the clip.
In these elections, maybe after tomorrow, they'll come to their common senses again and do the right thing. We certainly pray that is true. And Republicans will be on the job every single day, serving our constituents, helping guide them through the chaos that the Democrat shutdown has created, and praying that they do the right thing and stop making the American people suffer because of this nonsense. Thank you.
You know, here's the crazy thing. Again, as I wrote in my Substack, moderate Republicans, not like MAGA Mike Johnson, I mean, just a complete and total sycophant. Moderate Republicans are panicking. And they're quietly trying to negotiate a way out while this MAGA moron, Mike Johnson, sits on his hands. White House refuses, despite what they're saying, the White House refuses to discuss health care or benefits until the government reopens. And the hardliners, right, Trump's true believers in Congress, are perfectly content to watch Americans suffer if it means proving their loyalty to the boss. My friends, this isn't government. This is extortion. Now, look, I've shown you a similar video before, but I do want to show you another CNN compilation of Mike Johnson being abso-fucking-lutely clueless. Play the clip.
I don't know anything about that. I didn't see the interview. You have to ask the president about that.
I don't know any of the details of that yet. I just heard about that literally. I was walking in. I don't know the details about that. I've just read it. I didn't talk with him about that. I don't know the latest developments. That's first I've heard of that. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what you're talking about with the children. I haven't seen that, so I'm not going to comment on it.
I don't know. Meanwhile, on the topic of cluelessness, on Sunday, during his 60 Minutes interview, our president said that he didn't know anything about a pardon that he signed for the CEO of Binance. Play that clip.
He pled guilty in 2023 to violating anti-money laundering laws.
Right.
The government at the time said that CZ had caused significant harm to U.S. national security, essentially by allowing terrorist groups like Hamas to move millions of dollars around. Why did you pardon him?
Okay, are you ready? I don't know who he is. I know he got a 4-month sentence or something like that, and I heard it was a Biden witch hunt.
Yeah, a Biden witch hunt. That money was being used for terrorism. It was being used for sex trafficking and all sorts of other, obviously, disgusting issues. This topic just washed away. Well, not everybody. Manu Raju asked MAGA Mike Johnson about these Trump comments. Play the clip.
Questions. Manu, you get it first every time. This is not fair.
Last week, you came here to these mics, and you were very critical of Joe Biden's use of the auto pen, his pardons. You said you didn't even know who he was pardoning. But last night on 60 Minutes, President Trump, admitted not knowing he pardoned a crypto billionaire who pleaded guilty to money laundering. Does that also concern you?
I don't know anything about that. I didn't see the interview. You have to ask the president about that. I'm not sure. Yes, ma'am.
I mean, what the fuck then is the point to stand up at that podium? What seriously is the point? There is none. They get up there and they lie. And, trying to, not playing nice with Manu. Oh, you're always the first. Go ahead, Manu, ask me a question that I could possibly answer. Like, hey, MAGA Mike Johnson, what are you doing for breakfast today? Meanwhile, Caitlin Collins also asked Markwayne Mullin, same thing. Play the clip.
Should the president know who he's pardoning?
Well, I don't know anything about this one. That's the first time I've seen that. But I would say the president has the authority to pardon people, and that's within his realm to do it. So I'm not going to question who he pardons or who he doesn't pardon.
But the argument from...
Of course. I mean, at least that's a better answer than MAGA Mike Johnson. But what is it? It's just him lying to get through the interview on a topic he clearly doesn't want to discuss because yes, they knew. Let me be very clear. Somebody that sat with Trump for a decade and a half, the guy, if you ask him to put his signature onto it, he actually reads what it is. And he may not read the whole thing. He'll maybe turn around and say to a Stephen Miller or a Susie Wiles or somebody who's handing him a document to sign, hey, what's this about? Tell me what it's about before I sign it. Meanwhile, Abby Phillipson spoke with guests on her show about the same situation as well. It's a big topic. Play the clip.
And because the paper trail is so lax, like there's not the proof there that it needs to be done.
How do we jump to the conclusion that Joe Biden didn't know who he pardoned?
Because
when
Jake
Donald
Tapper
Trump
wrote a book about how out of it that he was.
Okay, again, I'm going to ask, how do we jump to the conclusion that Joe Biden did not know who he pardoned, any of the people he pardoned, when Trump is literally on camera saying directly to a reporter, I don't know anything about
Well,
this.
I think I answered that question, but here's one piece that we do need to really think about.
But I don't understand.
The
what evidence
process is so lax in these pardons. There's a lot of money, and President Biden's pardoned 4,200 people. And an average president does 300-400 per in his.
Look, let me be clear. All right. Absolute, again, sycophants lying to the American people. Now, I do want to end on a clip of Representative Jared Moskowitz telling it how it really is. Why was Trump hosting, for example, a Halloween party with girls in martini glasses when they really should have been figuring out how to make the SNAP payments that the judge ordered, that 42 million Americans shouldn't go hungry? Play the clip.
First of all, let's talk about SNAP for a second. Why did the Republicans send $40 billion to Argentina? Where is that money, Scott? Why didn't that go to Americans? Why? That's America first.
It's a credit swap. We're going to turn a profit on
That's America first. We're sending money to Argentina rather than taking care of people's SNAP bills. I would have loved to have been at Mar-a-Lago while the girls were in the martini glasses when they were trying to figure out what to do with the judge's order. You know, half the room was probably like, should we pay it? Should we not pay it? And then someone was like, oh, I have a great idea. Let the subjects only get half their rations. I mean, they're only going to give half the SNAP benefits to these people.
Yeah. Well, let me say, as I finished up in my Substack, Americans, they're catching on. Republicans, Democrats, and independents. See, here's what they're realizing, that the shutdown, it's not an abstract political fight anymore. It's dinner tables going empty. It's insulin unable to be paid for. It's hospitals canceling coverage for working families. It's the sound of a nation realizing that slogans, that this bullshit doesn't pay the bills, and that Trump's America First agenda was always code for America Last. And as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.